Let's relax and play with our papers. Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. Well, today you will see I'm surrounded by lots of lovely papers here. This is 100 days of junk journaling ideas as hosted by Rach and Bella Crafts. They have invited me to come and join the party, and today we are going to be playing with papers, relaxing with a nice hot drink, just letting the stresses melt away as we just put together some very simple crafts. And these are the lovely papers we're going to be working with. This kit is called Echoesof Nature, and we've got lots of nice ephemera pieces. I've pulled papers from the journal kit, but also from the add-on kit as well. If you have a look at rachandbellacrafts.com, all the information about the collaboration is over there, but there's lots of us taking part, and just look at those butterflies. So I definitely want to be using those today. And there's some tags. So if you're following along with 100 days of junk journaling ideas, this week's challenge is collage and layered elements. So we're going to be doing that. And I just want to show you this. This is a pile of lovely scrunchy papers. These are all going to come in my new journal, my new springtime journal. I'm finally pulling it together, and I just want to make a few ephemera pieces today so that I can really get myself in the mood. Now this is all going to be about vintage botanical journaling. I've got lots of stories that are emerging, so I just need to get the pages sewn in, and then I'm sure my new journal will be taking off with many a story to suck you in and enjoy. Alright guys, so let's see where this takes us. All the details for the kit that I'm using today will be in the description box below. We're looking at collage, and we've got this really cool collage paper sheet, so I'm going to be taking that. Nice little word bits there and some stamps. They're cool, love those. And these butterflies are definitely going to be coming in, flying in. Okay, let's find something to embellish. I've got a couple of scruffy envelopes here. They look like they could do with a zhuzh up, with a little bit of Parisian floral decor. So we've got this. Also just showing you this, peeping through, is some beautiful wallpaper. This also comes from the kit. So let's just look at this. This is a stack. It's a layer. We love layers. We love stacks of things. They just invite you to come and have a rifle through and a rummage, don't they? So that in mind, keep that in mind, because I'm just going to show you this other page. Part of my storytelling this month will involve a greenhouse, so I need an image in my journal, and this is perfect, a perfect Victorian style greenhouse. So that's going to be something I'd like to work with, and I just love the way that it's layered up. So we're going to take that as our inspiration, and also we're going to decorate some envelopes. Okay, let's have a play. So I've got a couple of substrate pieces that I would like to decorate, and I'm going to be using this collage sheet. I've got some other images here from the kit. But if you're minding your pennies this month, there is a freebie, and you can go over to Rach and Bella's Ko-fi shop and you would be able to download this. And this is a fold-up envelope. So have a look at that. Looks really fun, and there's lots of elements here that you could tear out and just do what I'm doing here. So I've printed this out onto photo quality paper. It's come out really strong, nice and bold, and these have come out as pale background pieces, which is great because that's what I want for my envelopes. But you could have a go at this just by using the freebie. And then the other image for the freebie is this as well, so we could have a quick look at that. All right. Now I believe this was designed to have this image on the outside, and then you would have the collage piece in the inside, but I didn't put my paper in the right way around, so it's printed out upside down. However, I don't think it matters. I think I can just now take this bit and I will stick it on and make a repair. So let's fold it up, get into the mood, just slow down and see what we can do. So I'm a little bit off. Let's come up and do that on the line where I have got a guideline there, so I can do that. Okay, a quick repair. Sometimes it is just very complicated to get the printer to print round the right way, and you think you've got it and then it spits it out and you think, oh no, that's not quite right. But don't worry, mistakes happen. We make them all the time, and it's completely natural because we're learning something. It's not every day that you're printing out a beautiful image and expecting it to all be perfect. So let's just run with it. That doesn't matter. That's going to get sealed in there. All right, so I've got this. It's going to look like that when I close it up. I've shortened it a little bit just to make sure that I can see what I'm going to put in there. And now, because I'm seeing all these cracks and creases and crinkles in this peeling paint effect, I'm just going to add in some texture by just scrunching it up like this, because I need my journal to be from a Victorian era. I want mine to look like it really has been through the mill. I would like my papers to feel like they've been worn and used. So we're just going to add this, take away the newness. Okay, so I'm just balling this up, just introducing the crinkles, nothing special, no lotions, potions, hand creams, oil, none of that. Just good old-fashioned fun like we used to do when we used to throw things across the classroom and try not to get into trouble. Just this is what we're doing. We're just being a little bit playful here and adding in some crinkles and creases. This is going to be a beautiful envelope, I promise you. So let's just take that and stretch it out a little bit. Have a look at what we've got. Now, if it's torn like mine has, don't panic. This is going to look like it's been here for 100 years, and therefore it needs to have texture. There we go. Now this is becoming a really nice soft pliable material. The Japanese call the art of paper folding and scrunching in this way momogami, but here in the UK I just call it fun. I'm just having a lovely time. I am just going to unwind. I am not thinking about anything that is stressful. I am just unwinding and enjoying the feel of the paper. And now I'm going to glue this shut. So, I've got, I had a rusty pin in there. That's why that went a little bit brown. It doesn't matter if it seeps out or makes a stain. That's okay, because this kit is looking very much like it's from the Victorian era. So we don't want to do any more gluing than that. We are now just going to fold that up, match it in on the sides and glue that down. So there we go. That is a very fun little scrunch pocket. It's going to make sure that it does glue shut there. I'm going to put that off to one side to dry, and we'll come back to that in a moment. So that was just a bit of fun, just to loosen up and get us in the mood for some collage. Now, collage sounds scary to some, but it's not really. It's just putting paper on top of paper in an arrangement that's pleasing to you. And that's what it's all about. It's all about your journal and how much fun you're having. It's all about relaxation, and let's not make it too stressful. All right, now I've warmed up. I'm taking this envelope. It's really scruffy and it's got a tear in it, so it really just wants a good repair. Little bit of TLC. So I'm looking at this here. I love this rose. Let's be drawn to that, and we're going to have that on this envelope. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this shut. I'm just going to be making envelope pockets for this one. This one does not need to be open in that way. Okay, so now I want to leave this bit at the bottom. I'm just going to bring that down. I'm going to stick that onto my envelope and then just straighten that up a bit. There we go. So now I've glued my envelope down over the top of the collaged image. That makes it really straightforward. If you like a collaged look but you're a bit worried about it, or you haven't got time, you're looking for a really quick craft and you're looking for the collaged aspect of what we're doing today, then you could do it this way. This is nice and easy because the work has already been done for you. With this digital kit, you've got the embellished collage look already. So we're just going around there, being a little bit mindful of our creases. We don't want to cut into the envelope unless you are going to open it up, which we will do at the top, I think. And then I'm just going to open it up at the top by cutting along the line there and just losing that bit along the top. There we go. Now we should be able to get into our envelope. Get into the envelope. It's got some dye inside there, so it doesn't need anything more done to it. Okay, we've got that look, and then a little bit of ink around the edge. We'll just bring that in, frame it, and look really cute. So that's going to look nice in anybody's journal to come and be a little tuck, something that you can then put your things in. It's actually a little pocket, so you've got a little pocket, and these are quite nice to move around your journal or tuck behind a belly band. So you'll be able to put letters, writing paper, and some more ephemera or journaling cards in there. Now we could put a thumb hole in there, but I'm going to leave that to the end and see how we feel. So that is Collage Easy Peasy Envelope Pocket number 1. So we can all do that. Next one, we're going to have a little look at doing something a little bit more involved, but also looking at collage elements and having a look at what you've already got here is a collage. It's just already done for you. Now from here, what you can do is start tearing out some of the elements that you're already seeing. So if we do that, I'm just tearing out elements here. If I can see it, I'll just rip it there. Just take out these little parts of this digital kit that have already been made up to look like a collage. It gives you all the components to have a little go yourself. This then reintroduces the texture, gives you something to do with your hands. There's a little bit of fun, and now we've got, in no time at all, we've got 5 elements to make something on our envelope here, so we can start looking at it and see what we can achieve in our own little contained space here. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to glue that one shut like that. All right, just with these pieces, let's see what we can do. I'm going to just put some ink around them so you can see the edging, and it also adds in this texture that I'm talking about, just brings in that aging effect and helps it to tell the story of the era in which the ephemera is from. So it looks to me like it's from a Victorian era, and we're just making it a little bit aged, as if we are looking at this and it's just been found, and it's something, a real lovely discovery about a botanist from that time. And maybe this was a collection of papers. So it's just nice to relax and think about these little ideas as we go about our crafts. And now I'm just putting the glue all the way around so that I can just start having a play with these elements. Now, if you start putting some down, you'll be able to peel it back up again, so it doesn't matter. You can reposition them and have them where you want them. So we might like it on that way, or we might like to have that in the middle, and then just have a little look at how this is all going to come together. And then I perhaps like that along the bottom, and then we've got the gap there, so we'll bring that in there like that. Now I'm just going to tear down the edge here to avoid straight edges where I can. It can often help a collage if it's a ragged edge. Looks more like a fragment of paper and is a little bit more intriguing, a little bit more authentic. So we'll bring that there. That's great. Take away the excess off the bottom there and around the side, and then we'll just take the top off. That's now another little pocket. It's the same as this, but this one has got more texture on it, so it's a different look, but it's the same idea, just bringing in that aging effect around all the way around, creating a framework and a border. Okay, I think I'm going to add that down the bottom here, so we still see the garden. So we are getting a sense of all the images there, and we can have a look at that. Now we can extra embellish this as we go, but we've got 2 little envelope tuck points already. Okay, now if you haven't got envelopes but you've got a scrap piece of paper from your die, you can just do this. You just fold it in half like that. There we go. And then we open it out, run some glue down the outer sides, just there and there. Bring that up, and you have got yourself the same thing. And then we'll just, that's a bit deeper. Okay, so let's go again. I really enjoyed that, and I like the texture that it brings, so I'm going to have another go and see what we can rip out. Tear that out. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, that would be great. You can follow along with all the things that we get up to here at the Treasured Page. Lots of ideas and fun to be had. I'm just going to leave a gap at the top there. We've got a Facebook page, the Treasured Page FB group. That's really fun. We're having lots of fun over there. And we do monthly swaps and challenges. And at the moment we're looking at pollinators. So this is why I'm very excited to see the butterflies here today. So we're going to be pulling in those butterflies. So I'm just going to see what I can get on this one. Okay. So that took no time at all. We've got 3 collaged envelope pockets, and they can be stuck down in a journal. Things could be put into the front and into the back. So it could be a double pocket arrangement, and I think that's lovely. So what I want to do now is embellish them further with some of the things that we've been given. Now here we've got a stamp sheet, so I'm just thinking that would be quite fun if I cut out some of these. Okay. Let's just cut out some of these stamps to play with. There's a couple there. Now I've got these scalloped edge scissors. I've been playing around with these this week, and if I put them in this way, I've realised that I can get a really fun, almost stamped edge. Like that. So I'm cutting the scallop, but I'm actually ending up getting it that way. So I've got to make sure that it goes in the right way in order to get the edge that I'm looking for. So we just cut that out. Okay, I've got my little stamps cut out, so I'm just going to wink around the edge so that we can see that I have added a little decorative edging detail there. They come together really quickly, so we just put that on there. And we can stamp over the top of this as well if you've got any rubber stamps. I think we're having 2 on this one, so I'll have that one as well. And I'm going to overlap them and have them going across there. I think that's how we'll have it. Let's do it like that. It can go like that. Oh no, I don't like that. It's a bit daft. I'll just bring that in there like that. Okay, and then this one will come in there. You can't really get this wrong because everything's been thought out for you. It's just a really lovely kit. You just have a play with the papers and stick it where you want to. It just looks nice. So that's fine. They're coming together. Now this one wants a little bit of extra. So I want to lose that white bit there. What else have we got? A bit of a border here. I'm just ripping this out. This was a little scrap piece from what I cut out earlier. So this is fun, isn't it? So we could put that on there. Okay. just add that in there, another little detail, and they are looking quite fun. All right, now we've got a lovely little set of pockets. Now I'm happy where the stamps have ended up, so I'm just going to open them up and start putting in a little divot hole, and I just will be putting one in there and one in there. I don't want them central, I'm deliberately not doing it that way, putting them off to one side, just a bit of fun, a little bit of a different look, and also it sort of works where your pattern is. I'm just opening up the pocket a little bit and adding in some ink so that we can see that behind. Just adding a little bit of ink behind, so we've got that detail with the peep through. Now we can see a little ink effect going on there. And look who's come to join in the party. These beautiful butterflies have flown in. I have fussy cut them out of the sheet. I've gone for the pink and yellow and peach tones. I've got one left there, or two left there, and the others are blue. So there's loads of ideas, but I've gone for these colours. I'm really, really keen to see what they're going to look like. I'm just going to offer them up, and look at that. They just are going to make this so pretty and really, really fun. So I'm just going to add in the butterflies. I've just put a little bit of thread on this one, and I'm not going right up to the edges of the wings. I'm going to see if we can curl some of them up, sticking them right the way down. I think, as you saw there, I just I'm going to curl the wings up a little bit, just so that we've got a really lovely 3D effect. And I think, oh, just look at them. Aren't they pretty? They are stunning. This is lovely. So these all come from the kit. Do go and have a check out of Rach and Bella's website, because if you're doing anything to do with a nature journal, field notes, or if you are looking for a nice gardening journal just to get you inspired, I think that these are lovely. This is certainly going to come and add a little detail in my journal, and I just love these butterflies. We really are just looking at the pollinators at the moment and just honouring these lovely little creatures that just get on and do the job. So pretty. So this was the one that we didn't fussy cut out. This is how that's looking. So really simple to put that together, nice and quick to get the collage effect. But this one we did tear it out and we did collage and ink around. So now I'm just going to add in these butterflies. I want this one for a bit, or this one. Oh gosh, aren't they lovely? It's hard to choose. How was this one looking? I think we want that one. Why have one butterfly when you can have two? But actually that does look very nice there. Oh, these are stunning, guys. So I'm just going to go round and put the wings on. And if you're experiencing a little bit of overwhelm right now, then this is perfect. You can always figure out what's right for you if you give yourself a little bit of time to recoup. And this is the perfect way. So where do we want this butterfly? That's the biggest decision today. Where do we want to put this butterfly? Just take yourself off for an hour and just uncomplicate everything and just think, right, my only real concern now is where do I want to put a butterfly? And that's it. Look, there we have it. If we can have three, that's probably going a little bit over the top, but I have got this scrap here and I love that, so that can come and be something. So we'll just put this down because he's here. Everybody's looking pretty, and we're just making ephemera and embellishments at the end of the day, so I definitely think he looks great there. So there we go, that's another little extra that can come and decorate something. What else have we got? Okay, they are looking super. The butterflies have dried and I just want to be able to add something inside my little pockets. I've got a little journaling card here which I've previously made. Let's have a look at that. That was just backed onto some nice recycled paper, sort of. So that was backed onto some handmade paper, really cute. And just little things like that can come and tuck in and just be in your journal like a pocket. And you can hinge them in so that they can move over. You can then embellish on the other side, or you can stick it down on all three sides so you could create the pocket, a double pocket really. And then these are tags that you can make up. So I've just backed those with some stained paper, coffee paper, and they can tuck in there. So when it's on a page, you would then have space behind there as well, because that would become your pocket. You would just, so if you're gluing it down, you would glue down on all three sides to create another pocket at the back. So we've got that. So that's the journaling card, that's got your tags. Now this one, so if it was on a journaling card, you'd get that as well. So you get, so there's this one, I've backed that double-sided, just stuck that together, so that's another little tag. Then you get these. Now they've come out quite bold on the paper that I've used, and that's given me another idea for the layered effect that we're also looking at today. So it's collage and layered effects. And what you can do, now I've got a sheet of this tracing paper. This is the Strathmore tracing paper. It's an American brand. We can get it online. But if you fold it over like that, so it's in half, and then come back on yourself so you've got it in quarters, you've effectively got 4 pieces of paper all stacked on top of each other. Just take a tag, put that on there, and that fits in perfectly. So I'm just putting in a crease there for that bit. Take off a little bit of the tracing paper, put that off to one side because I only want this, and I'm just going to cut out the shape of this tag. This is all part of the kit, and the kit is heavily discounted at the moment, so if you did want this for any of your springtime or summertime journaling, there's plenty of elements here that are beautiful for nature journals. I just think that's great. It's really my passion, so I love this. There we go. Okay, and then look at this. We've got a nice little stack, very easily done, and we can layer it over the top of our little tags. So let's line them all up, put it like that, just come a little smear of glue all on the top there just to keep that tracing paper in place. Now the tracing paper is going to be liftable and tearable, but also you can write on it. So you've now created a writing space on the front and on the back. And how we're embellishing this is really simply, so we just add in the glue. So once you've added in the glue, just add in your little tracing paper top. If you don't want to write on it, you could use wax paper. That would be another nice texture. So just putting a nice bit of glue front and back and adding in a piece of lace. Guys, look at this. There's one I've already done, looking really cute, and it just seems to capture in that nicely. Just hold that, pinch it in like that. Really, really cute. Folding it over, capturing it in at the back. Really sweet, nice and rustic. But look at this, you've then got this lift up piece. You can really have a look at the detail from the image behind, but it peeps through, and that's writing space there, front and back. So you've doubled your writing space with one slick move of a layered effect. So I think that they are really fun, and now let's just put it all together and see what we've ended up with. Add this to the back for a nice layered look. There we go. A nice layered look. So now we've got a belly band which we can attach top and bottom to a page. Absolutely gorgeous. that's what we've got today. And let's just have a look how these pieces would look in a journal. So this is the first thing we made just by scrunching it up, having a bit of fun, and just really having a look at what was on there that was already textured anyway. You can run over the top with more ink, but this is on a cream background. Just fun bringing texture to the printed out piece there. And then what you can do, a lovely idea, and then you can have your ephemera pieces hiding in there, or have it as a display open on a page like that with more decorative areas behind, and bring in the elements that you want to see and just build up a page like that. So that's lovely, a nice storage idea as well. If you just want to put this in your drawer in a craft room, you've got everything there all sort of waiting for you to add to your journal. So that is that idea. You can paper clip that on or put that away in a drawer somewhere in your craft room. And then we have these lovely pockets, so they can come and pepper themselves throughout your journal. And then you can have these in a journal like that, so they can flip up, or they can be stuck down, they can be a tuck, or they could be a double pocket. So those are a really lovely idea. I just think that they are really nice. They're going to just look great. You can make them into belly bands and have a double one, and of course you could have them just on its own like that. And then we've got this layered look here with the greenhouse. This looks great on a coffee stain or tea stain background, and you could have then a belly band by just securing it top and bottom, and you would be able to add one of our lovely little embellished envelopes to the back there, and then when that gets pulled out you get this lovely surprise with the butterflies, and it all fits the theme, and then you've got extra things to journal on. So it's just really nice, and these could be secured together for a layered look so that you could twist them out, maybe with a brad. That's quite a lovely idea. So you could do that, and then this can be put on a flipped out sheet, so then you could have embellishments and it all could tie together like that. And then that's a nice arrangement as well, with something up the top and the letters making it look like this, a nice border. So that's just tea stain paper, and then you can have your embellishment pieces inside and have your journaling cards, or all sorts of little extras that you might want to find. So there's so much there to play with. It's really lovely. This is the French linen botanical journal. So if you'd like to see how I've made this and how I've put this together, you can have a look over on my playlist here on YouTube. Do subscribe to the channel and you can follow along with all the things that I get up to here. And I'm just about to make another one, so you can see how I'm going to put that together as well. But I shall be using some of these images, so they are all going to come and live into my new journal. So that's that one, made a long time ago, but still finding things to add to it. There we go. So I hope that that was inspiring for you, and we've got all of our little tags here as well. So I just think that they're really cute. They're just nice little things to be able to add and play with. Look great on that green background. So that's another idea that you could add, just a back of page, and then have a few of these. They could come down a page and be paper clipped on just for when you're ready for them. So I really like that. I think they were lovely. And if you just want to have this pocket and keep all your things together until you're ready for them, then I think that that's a lovely little freebie that you can go and get from Rach and Bella's coffee shop page. So thank you very much to Rach and Bella for inviting me today, and slightly delayed video going up today. I hope you can forgive me for my tardiness, but trying to craft with teenagers in the house does present a wee bit of a challenge from time to time. So there we go. I hope that that was inspirational for you. Lovely little pack of layered bits and bobs, and you can add that to your journal. It really didn't take a very long time to put together, so I hope you've enjoyed that. Rach and Bella are doing giveaways. Go and check out their channels and see what you can win. You need to look at all of the videos in this playlist. As you can see, there's one video every day. To enter, you just need to leave a kind comment to all of the creators. So if you'd like to have a look at a full flip through of all of the pages within this kit, it's such an extensive kit, there's about 50 of them. Kate in the Nest has put up a 10-minute video, and she's done quite a quick and very comprehensive little flip through of all of the kit, so she did that for us this week. So go and give her a like and you can have a look and you'll be able to get some more inspiration. Really lovely to see that there were vertical pages in this one. This comes from that particular kit. If you're into your nature journals, then this is a really lovely gentle one. Nice greens and pinks, beautiful muted colours. So check out the link below for the kit. There's an extensive discount on at the moment from Rach and Bella's website. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and above everything else, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.